Hey. So now we're in the basement. So we're a little over an hour so far into this. Generally, most story-based games don't usually last any longer than 3 hours.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
That's not good. Looks like models that dragon, though. Looks like this
I thought
place
maybe you
was...
sneaked down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Carrying packages?
I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Oh, shit. Well, there hasn't really been any real puzzles. Anything else, like, over here? No. You can see there's obviously more to the basement here. What's up with games like this and secret rooms behind the fridge? There's always secret rooms behind refrigerators. Good lord, I can't see shit. Oh.
I
Whoa!
remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
I hope not. So far, it's probably the best walking simulator I've ever played. Walter lived to 2005. Well, Walter certainly lived to be old, according to that picture. When was he born? 1952? Yeah, he lived a long life.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On
What?
my first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week.
He lived down here for 30 years? Well, I mean, it's not super old, but I
But
mean...
after a few days, I settled into a routine.
I just mean, what she was saying made it sound like he died at like 10 or something. We don't last long. Why the... He hid in the basement for 30 years. What the fuck?
That's what kept me sane.
So this guy's basically like the dude from the Bunko game.
Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
What in the hell?
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
There better be a bathroom down
It's
here.
been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
So yeah, thing for dishes, old bunko bed, stools in my way. I do not see a bathroom in here. So many damn books in this house. Good lord. Even the basement's not safe.
I know it's out there, somewhere.
I can see my legs.
Whatever killed Barbara. And Molly. And Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
So he thinks something killed all
Whatever's out there, I want you to know, I'm ready for it.
Man, Waldo just decided, like, you know what? Fuck all this. I'm heading straight for wherever. There's just a hole outside his little basement, which I guess is where we're gonna go next. He is walking very slow. Into the light.
I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food.
Yeah, when this is all done, I'm gonna hamburger.
Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Oh. Well, Dan called that.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
So, here's the question. How did he write that before he died?
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
What's in here? Fake outside? Man, it was that bad. He went hello neighbor on everyone. Oh, there's a bathroom. I was gonna be like, there's no bathroom down here, man. Well, hopefully this time there won't be a train.
Maybe
That's
she was
pretty
afraid I'd end up like Walter.
Well, how you know? What do you mean end up like
But
him?
if she
Freaked
never
out?
told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Oh, whenever the grandma told the news a story about a mole man, she was talking
I
about
didn't want to make the same mistakes she made.
She was talking about Walter. I guess this is just where he threw all his trash. Ugh.
Trying to bury something that's still alive.
What about the rest of the house, though?
Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else.
See, I'm thinking Milton might be alive. That would probably be the suspected kind of thing to happen.
But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem.
What if Milton's
Can you
killing
believe
everyone?
so much in a family curse?
I'm getting the fuck off
We need
here,
it
though.
real.
Oh, well, apparently the rest of the family knew Walter died here. So they know what happened to Walter. Whoa. But there was land here. When we were Walter, there was land there. Sheesh.
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
The solar power lights still work. I bought a few of those solar power things before. Mine fucking got destroyed by the weather, so I cannot imagine these things lasting that long. Unless they bought like some really high quality. I guess they had money.
The history you're a part of.
So there's the house. So we've been on the second floor.
To be
I'd
honest,
say
I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
I'd say it's about 5 floors, but obviously you can tell the building gets vastly
I
thinner
think
as you
people
go up.
in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
These are some fucking weird ass stories, though. Yeah, what if Milton's just killing everyone? Like,
The house had that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness. Any of it seems possible.
if he just lost his mind and he started killing everyone? That guy sucks to get ran over by a train. Oh, I'm in the swing, ain't I? This was where the swing was, I think. Oh, there's a clubhouse. Yeah, there's the swing. Wow, they left it that way? They didn't even fucking take it down.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Well, to be
It's
fair,
embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
wow, they had a lot of pets.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery. I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
Oh.
She could see it poking out of the water in the eye.
The old house. Yes, I admit it's
Edie
actually
said
not.
she dreamed about the old house every night.
Why is there a light over there? Oh no, that's one of those floaty things, I think. Yeah, this is actually probably the best walking simulator type game I've ever played, actually. Oh, excuse me. Some of that cold coming back. Ooh, excuse me. I guess she really looked up to him. Then again, I guess,
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
I guess Milton liked it painting.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Not sure why he has a crown thing.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
Don't know about that, lady. I'd probably just sell this place and move on, but...
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Wait, what? She was pregnant? How old is she? Why doesn't she have her kid on the tree? Can't walk in the glass. Ah, there's a ladle.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Looks like a nice grilling spot.
They were both pretty intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Something tells me Sam's story's gonna be fucked up.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off.
What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? We'll never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are. Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. Hey!
That's a keeper.
Uh-oh, caught him.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
Get that
Dawn,
shot
don't
of
you
you.
think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you need to be strong. Great shot, Don!
Ooh.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay? Sorry, Don. Just gotta reset the timer.
What a dick. Go, 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 go.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
That sucks. That's an ironic way to go.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Yeah, Sam seemed like he liked to enjoy life instead of hiding. Everyone else seemed like they wanted to hide from everything. He actually enjoyed going outside, enjoying the moment of life. Maybe that's going to be the lesson in all this. Kay. Kay's one of the leaves. See, what are the... I don't get what the leaves are supposed to represent exactly. Steve was Eden's husband. I don't know who Kay is, or Sanjay. I think they said Egenborg was Odin's brother, or... I can't know. Was that his wife, or... I don't even know how to pronounce that. Don't look at me. Huh. Yeah, that spoil moment was a spoil alert. Yeah, that was pretty fucked up, though. Uh-oh, no secret compartment. Lady, you better hope that's straight out wood underneath that, because in a normal house, you would be falling straight through that shit. Middle ready to eat. Meal ready to eat. Meal.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Finch controls. Finch controls to store command. A baby womb? Ooh. Gregory. Gregory died in 1977. Only lived to be 1 year old. Oh, hush up. Hey, when you go in the roof of a house, you need to walk on the boards. There's usually nothing very stable in between the boards. Divorce contract? Sam Finch. Wait. I want to read the front page. Fuck the next page right now. Mr. Bubble. Sam Fitchell. So Gregory was... So I'm assuming Kay was Sam's wife? I'm going to assume with the leaf being by him? I don't know why they don't have years on them now.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
What?
Gregory, it's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like. Reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination.
This is weird.
Whatever it was he saw, it sure made him happy.
This kid is tripping. This is the best fucking walking simulator ever, man. This is just so weird. At least it actually gives you shit to do in that. Gonna knock all these down. Hell, I'm free of my name. Oh.
I know how silly it sounds. But I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
He's gonna drown in the bathtub, isn't he?
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw.
He's gonna drown in the fucking bathtub.
There's so much I don't understand about Gregory, about everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault. he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Oh, poor kid. She doesn't even comment on it. But then again, it doesn't really indicate what killed him in the note itself. But neither did Walters. That's pretty sad, dude. I don't see a name on that one. Dawn. Dawn and Gus. So I would assume Gus and Dawn were also children of Sam and Kay? No, Dawn was Edith's mother. So then Gus was Edith's father. So I don't know which one was Sam and Kay's child. Oops.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
Gus, 96 to 82.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. Father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Nope, won't let me crash it. What the hell?
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Oh.
The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
What in the
The
hell?
rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
So Gus died
I
of
wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. didn't. Until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Well, that's a pretty strange way to go. So Gus was her mother's brother, so that was her uncle. So many damn books. It's more than this damn house. House rules. No playing outside. No answering the door. No messes. All chores. Respect others. Sound like they were pretty paranoid.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
What? She had to go.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
She had to go all the way up to get to her room.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Dawn Sanjay. So then Sanjay was her father. So I think the leaves represent the member who joined the family. So I think like Sam was part of the family and Kay married in, so the leaf I think represents the person who married into the family. So Sanjay was her father then. Sorry, I'm not a family tree expert.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English.
Well, but
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Fly to India, 1987. Now I'm assuming there ain't anything
Lewis
here.
was born a year later.
I would assume there was nothing here for her mother since her mother gave her the key for here.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again.
Okay, Dan. I'll see you later, man. Take it easy. Well, I don't think there's anywhere higher to go than here. We might be near
The house
the
had
end.
to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
So who built onto it then?
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last.
Huh, she wrote books. Lewis Wolves. The Course.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday. when Edie gave him a castle.
And that goes up higher, so I guess we'll go in here then.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
See, I'm gonna say Milton's still alive. That was one hell of a fucking red herring. Well, some good the door did when you leave the fucking window accessible. Looks like it left more than a bunch of paintings. Yeah, I guess he was a fan of Neo Automata.
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family.
That's pretty nice. American newspaper available.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush. I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
See, Milton's either
Mom
just...
spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
It's either a big-ass red herring or there's some way involving him.
The Milton we found in the house. Mom didn't want it getting out.
Found in the house. I wonder if... I'm curious if we get to go out there. Like, we find something that encourages us to go to the old house.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
What was he, psychedelic type person? Like, dude. Gotta try some of these weeds, man. Again, what was the point of sealing the door when you can literally go through the window?
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
It died too soon for that man. Died too soon. When did it say he died, actually? 2010? Yeah. If he only lived a handful of extra years, could have maybe saw a few states. The Wonderland.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Looks like it's supposed to be a mixture of a PlayStation and a Turbo graphic. The memory cards certainly look like PlayStation ones. The Wonderland Turbo. Now available at a high school near you.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to...
He's gonna chop his hand off, isn't he?
wander. I asked him to describe it.
I'm playing 2 games at once.
He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth.
Looks like he had a... does what I do, like...
He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first.
Okay, I'm calling it now. This fantasy is gonna get so big, well, I can't see where his hand is going, and it's gonna get his hand cut off.
He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger.
I know this is gonna end well.
He no longer spoke at the cannery.
Trying to pay attention to you.
But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him. But all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won.
Okie dokie.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
Okay, this is pretty bad imagination here, buddy.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of
a handsome queen, a beautiful. How about a handsome queen?
handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for
Radiant rainbows, sinister serpents. Let's go for rainbows.
radiant rainbows. He followed the sound of her
Let's go with the harp. Let's go Luna on this.
silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
See, now I can't see it.
He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
You have a dopey face there, but I'm not gonna cut my hand unless
My
it forces
imagination
me.
is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Yay, cans.
began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
The hell?
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Oh no. Oh.
I still thought I could save him.
Oh. Oh no. Oh fuck no.
Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
This is not good.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him. His queen waited, holding his crown.
Yeah, his crown of... Oh, that explains why he had a crown on his tombstone now.
There was only one thing left to do.
Be ground up into fish meat. Oh, fuck, you kidding me?
Bend down his head.
Are you insane? Just give me the crown. Oh, no.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Wow. Sadly, I can actually relate a lot to Lewis, as sad as that may sound. As someone who works in a boring-ass factory, I sadly know the sadness of that. Okay, I feel bad for the guy now.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
So they
I wish
left.
we'd stayed.
So they left when Lewis died.
But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
I guess she was just devastated that she lost her other son.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Oh no, I'm not dead, am I? I'm fucking dead, aren't I? That is a fucking ghost. Is that a knife? No, it's a fiddle.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
To our final night together, and all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
So they argued about something. Prison in the hallway. Good lord, is it dark?
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles.
Yeah, the key's gone.
When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Oh yeah, she said something about everyone was buried in the library.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
History of the Finches by Edith Finch. What?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground.
So I guess I'm playing as Grandma. It looks like I'm in pajamas or
There'd
something.
been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. No, I've seen that house every day of my life.
So it looks like we
I
get,
never thought I'd go back to it.
looks like we get to explore it after all.
When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Oh shit.
I got turned around.
Can't see anything. Oh, Tio.
I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine!
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go!
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Oh, this is supposed to be the baby she had.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
But how'd she die? Huh. So yeah, she said she was pregnant, so that must have been her son. But it doesn't tell how she died. Interesting way to show the credits, though. Everything ends. And we don't know what happened to Milton. So we don't know what happened to Grandma, Milton, or the supposed main character we played as. So either A, we were actually playing her son the entire time exploring the house, or we were seeing the son was reading the whole journal, and, you know, like we were playing out the memory of her exploring the house. Thanks, Johnny. Wait, am I getting trophies for literally watching multiple parts of the credits? I've heard about getting a trophy for watching the credits, but multiple, that's a new one. This is actually a pretty interesting way of doing the credits, though. Instead of showing your modern self, show, like, your old children photos. Okay, everyone, you need to dig out old child photos of yourself. The more embarrassing, the better. I think the additional sound designer there liked it, his pick. I'm a cowboy. Wow, that's one hell of a face there, baby. This is a pretty sizable team. Assuming there's nothing else after the credits, I have to say, like many story games, the end's kind of a letdown. It didn't resolve anything. We don't know really if there was some kind of course or whether everyone just had unfortunate circumstances. Well, Mother did a really bad job fucking locking some of those doors, though. I mean, come on, if you could just literally go in the window, why bother? I think Lewis and Sam are probably the saddest too, honestly. The end. So I didn't get Dawn or Edith. I missed whatever made her draw them in. Huh. So what happens if I just hit play? Do I go back to wherever the last... Okay, so apparently it just automatically restarted it. Okay, so I have the flowers. So in the beginning, we're playing as the child. So yeah, we open the book and we experience her story. This is probably him either going to the island or leaving it. But considering we see him at the end now, I'm assuming it's him leaving. Oh, they're all in now. Oh, I can select any of them. So, I guess that you don't get to see or draw them in. It gives it to you. Now, I wonder if you can skip any of the people. Yep, so they count this as it. A nice little option, though. I kind of like how they told Milton's story, too. Because he liked it painting, so it was just told through painting. Walter, I really wonder why I'm just kind of sad we didn't really learn. What happens if I select her? Does it go all the way back to the beginning of the game? Yep, it goes back to the beginning of the game. That's kind of a nice touch. Well, what remains of Edith Finch? I guess that kind of makes sense now, since you get to know that she's dead. We don't get to learn why she's dead or what happened to her. So, and like half of these people's stories are so, like, Molly's story is just unbelievable. Barbara's is obviously unbelievable. These are some odd stories. Yes? You want some pizza burger? If you want to. I honestly think Sam and Lewis's stories are the saddest, though. I could relate to Lewis a lot, working in a factory. Sam's was just really sad. Walter, I guess he was just so paranoid he would die, so he just thought if he just stayed in the basement, he would never die from whatever he believed was killing people. Georgie's is sad too, I mean. I guess Sam probably never looked positive about any of that. I kind of wish it would explain what happened to Milton, though. That's the one thing I don't like. It left everything on a cliffhanger. So we don't know anything about the course, what happened to Milton, what happened to the main character. So let's look at the trophies. I kind of had a feeling that'd be a trophy. Catch 2 rabbits with only 2 swoops. Play Calvin's story again. Which one was Calvin again? Oh, he was the one that blasted off on the swing set. Why would there be a trophy to replay his? See, I would assume Calvin the swing broke or he got flung off. Whoa, what the?
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin.
Oh.
And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
You know, probably wasn't the smartest idea to point a swing set to a cliff.
Made up his mind to do it.
I mean, you gotta admit, that was not a smart idea, whoever built the swing.
Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Here we go!
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Off the cliff. Why is that a trophy, though?
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Why? Why did they make his we do for a trophy? That seems odd, unless, like, it would have made sense if there was, like, a secret in it. There ain't a lot of trophies. Oh, it's not a platinum trophy list either. Well, 72.5% of people finished the game, so decent amount of people finished it. Looks like the whale's trophy is the drunken sailor finishing his song. So it doesn't really have a lot of replay value, as long as you explore decently.
Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Well, I guess that's it then. I don't know why so many of these games always have
Mom
to...
grab the salmon listed at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
I don't remember what's saying that dialogue before. Oh, I bet it was because I opened this and it didn't trigger that. Yeah, that explains all the military stuff a lot. It's a bit of a shame. I don't know, it always seems like these story-based games always have sad endings that don't really resolve themselves very well. I liked the mystery. It was pretty interesting, learning how each character died and such, the fears and things, but it's kind of sad it just didn't really resolve in anything, so. Well, I'm going to take a break from streaming at the moment. My dad's going to make something to eat at the moment, so I will probably do some more streaming later today, so thank you for watching.